If you're doing this CSS course, then you would already have done HTML. If not, there is a HTML course available for myself. Check out the website at the end of the video. But you would have created something like this if you've done HTML before. But this is some basic HTML, just for an example. So when you run this program, you've got some basic HTML elements, and this is what it looks like in the browser. So this would be H1 tag element, and then there's P paragraph tags. But without CSS, you can see that it's very bland. It's all at the left. The paragraphs are all the same size. You know, it's just black and white. There's no life to it. And you can't create web pages just by using HTML. So along with CSS, for an example, if I add some CSS code to this document, let's open that up. So some basic CSS has been applied to this. And as you can see, with CSS, we've got the background color. We've got the sizing of these. They've been changed to make them a bit more stand out. The colors have been added, and they've been centraled into the middle of the screen. So it looks far better than it did with just HTML. I mean, this is nothing spectacular, but I just wanted to show you as an example. So this is what CSS is. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and you use them alongside HTML. And HTML, as you should already know before starting CSS, HTML is the content of a web page. So that's the content that we had without any CSS styling. CSS shows how the HTML elements are to be displayed in the browser, which I've just previously showed you here on the screen. I'm just going to show you one more example, just so you can see a bit bigger effect what CSS can do. So on the screen here, you might be able to guess what it is. It's some kind of form, and it's actually a contact form, but it's just in HTML. There's no CSS been applied to this. So your HTML would consist of what actually you see on the browser without any styling. So it's actually the content, like there's a H1 header with a logo with some paragraphs of text, and then you've got some images in a list, and then you've got some text boxes and labels, and even a button down here in the left hand corner. It's what you're actually putting into the browser, like the H1 headers, the text, the images, and all that. The styling of CSS would then make this look prettier with the same content that you've got in your HTML document, but it will just make it look more fancier than this. So if I apply the CSS now, you can now see the difference. And there you go. You can tell it is definitely a contact form, and a very smart one. So you can see, just by changing the CSS to make the same HTML that was in that previous browser, this is exactly the same HTML content, but all the CSS has now been applied, like where it's being positioned on the screen, what's in the background. The boxes have been resized to make them look prettier with even different, like the white colour, the blue colour, and then the positioning of the HTML, which makes it more like a very fancy form. So I hope you can see what CSS does in practical by those two examples I've just shown you. So it is worth learning alongside HTML. Please hit that subscribe button, like and share to help support this channel.